Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brad with Spite Fitness, and today I want to do a faster video. Just a really quick, kind of easy tip. This tip is a little bit of kind of on the beginner level, so there is a chance you may have already seen it, but there's also a chance you may not have. And I want to be able to do things that help, more advanced lifters, and I want to do things that help more beginner lifters as well. And today what I'm talking about is pull-ups. This is something that a lot of people talk about. Pull-ups is a thing that many people want to do, and pull-ups is a thing that a lot of people can't do. At least not proficiently. And so I want to talk about a couple different setups to be able to help you do pull-ups more proficiently, right? So what I have here is my, my rack. And I typically do pull-ups on this side of the rack because this side here is a bit thicker handle, and I just like the extra strain that it gives me for the grip development to do pull-ups from this side. So typically when I do my pull-ups, I'll do them, at varying widths. So I'll go super, super wide, and then I'll also go maybe a little bit more narrow, etc. So I like to hit the pull-ups from different angles. If you lack the ability to be able to do a single pull-up, one of the things that you can do is utilize bands, right? That's pretty well known. And I happen to have a band here. So the pull-up bands are very commonly used for pull-up assistance. So the kind of common setup that you see is to loop it over the bar and do something like this, where you have it now, and you can even put your knee into it or stretch it far enough down and get your foot into it. But essentially what that does is gives you some assistance to be able to do a pull-up. So that's one way of doing setups for band assisted pull-ups. But another way that you can do, if you happen to have access to a rack like I do, either with spotter arms or even with J-cups, what I happen to have here, if you can see it, is these J-cups are set kind of low, and what I can do is I can just stretch that band over the J-cups like so. So now that creates an easy platform for me to be able to step on, right? So that's a little bit more comfortable to kind of get in and out of, and again, give me the support that I need. So over time, as it becomes easier and easier, right? So what I would recommend is set up the band in a way where you're able to do 10 unbroken pull-ups. And you want to be able to do, say, like 3 sets of 10 unbroken pull-ups, so 30 pull-ups altogether. If you get to a point where you can do that consistently and you're not missing any pull-ups, well then you want to try to increase the difficulty. So in this setup, right, where you have the band up here, maybe you'd go from having your foot in the band to maybe just putting your knee in the band, because if you do it that way, you're stretching the band less and therefore getting less support. Or you might use a smaller band. So decreasing the width of the band will also increase the difficulty. If you have a setup like this, it makes it pretty easy because I can just then lower the J-cups down, lower and lower and lower, so I'm getting less and less support from the band. I can also use a smaller band, etc. So there's a number of different ways to skin the cat in terms of being able to provide me the support that I need to get the reps done. But also a number of different ways to make it more difficult as I become stronger and more proficient at the pull-ups. So for me to you guys at home, for those of you that want to be able to be better at pull-ups, bands are a huge, huge addition to your training repertoire in terms of becoming more capable at doing pull-ups. So I highly recommend that you check out some bands. I'll put a link for my Amazon affiliate in the box below where you can check out the bands, the very same bands that I use. And I just wanted to go over a couple different setups that you can utilize in order to be able to get the support that you need to be able to execute some pull-ups. Like I said, if you can do 3 sets of 10 unbroken, it's probably time to step up the difficulty and either decrease the band or lower the band so that you're getting less and less support from it. I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop in the chat box below. I'll be sure to respond. I appreciate you guys continuing to support me in the channel with everything that you do, all the likes, the shares, the subs. It means the world, and thank you very, very much. If you happen to know somebody who might benefit from something like this and a different setup and maybe a little bit more simple get in and out so it's not so awkward to kind of step on. I know that it can be kind of goofy to get in and out of the bands. So if this little setup might help somebody that please share it with them. And that's it, guys. Remember, no matter what it is you think you can't do, like maybe find different ways of doing something, it's never going to happen if you don't get in and train despite. You're either going to find an excuse or you're going to find a way. And I hope that you guys continue to find the way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.